Hey y'all, it's Chris from Southern Hunt and Fish and Buckhorn Outdoors. Today, me and my buddy Luke are sitting here, and he's kind of acting like a baby because I won't throw his ball. Luke's a 135-pound German Shepherd, and it's 95 degrees outside, and so I'm trying to keep him safe by not throwing him that ball. But anyway, he's pouting like a baby about it. I'm excited. We're inside of 2 weeks now away from the Alabama bow season opener. I think it opens on the 15th this year, and but I've got a stand out here on this table, and this stand is the Buckhorn Higher Level Ultralight. And this is the 21.5-inch version of our stand. Hopefully y'all can see it a little bit. It's a great stand because with these cranking mechanisms, you can draw with this cranking mechanism right here, hopefully you can see that. You can draw this cable in or out. On the other side of the stand, we have our traditional climber type adjustments with different slot increments that are probably 2 inches apart, 1.5 inches apart maybe. But over the years, we've had a few people that have stripped out the gears for the cranking mechanism inside the gearbox. And now, if you use the stand correctly, this is never going to happen. To use the stand correctly, you have to, while you're cranking whichever section that you want to adjust, you cannot have, and I mean any weight on that section at all. And if you do have weight on that section, you're going to strip out the gears inside of this gearbox right here. Over the years, we've had a few people that have asked us, how do you make the adjustment, how do you switch the gears out inside of that gearbox? And so today I'm going to make a little video and show y'all how to do that. Now, to begin with, you're going to need a 2.5 metric, not an Allen key, but a hex head, a 2.5 size on that. And then you're also going to need a screwdriver with a short, a really short screwdriver. In this case, mine was a little bit too fat, so this is the shortest one I got. So I actually took it to the bench grinder and made it a little narrower. And then you'll also need what I'm using is a 5/8 inch socket to take this gearbox apart. And there are 3 screws that go into the top of the gearbox. And they go in right here. And these screws are the 2.5 metric hex head screws. 2.5 on one side and 5/8 on the other side. I'm sure there's a metric equivalent to the other side, but I'm not going to dig through 100 sockets to find the correct size on that. 2.5 and 5 on one side and 5/8 on the other side. And then you'll see on the bottom of the gearbox, there are 6 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these holes are going to be a Phillips head screwdriver. And it's a really small screw. I've taken most of them out so far. You see it's just a little bitty thing. But that is the Phillips head that I ground down as to fit inside of there. So I'm going to pause the video for a second and get right back with you after I finish this other screw. Okay, so after getting the 6 Phillips head screws that come in from the bottom of the gearbox, right here, you're just going to remove the bottom of the gearbox. And now this will expose the gears right here, you see? Now once you've opened up the bottom of the gearbox, you'll notice at the bottom of the travel arm, which is that threaded arm that the gearbox travels up and down on. Hopefully y'all can see this. It's this right here. But you'll see there's a tab on the bottom of that thing right here. Okay, now what you do is you just take your screwdriver and you pop that tab off like that. Take this piece off. Now that you've taken that little cap off on the bottom of the traveling rod, that threaded travel rod, you'll see that we have exposed a Phillips head screw. So we're going to remove that now. Now, after we have removed that Phillips head screw, we're just going to pull the entire threaded rod down towards and away from the where the tree would be. So you're just going to pop it down and pull it towards you. And what that's going to do is that's going to remove this whole threaded rod. After you do that, you're going to just spin the center gear all the way off of here until it's off of the rod. Now at the end of that rod, before you spin that center gear off of it, you'll see there's this little cap, and you're just going to slide that off before you completely unthread this center gear. Now what I'm going to do is just thread the new gear back onto that threaded rod. Looks like this. So now we're going to start putting things back together. We still have 2 more gears to take out, which I'll show you in a second. Don't forget to replace that little plastic cap that we took off of the threaded rod also. Got that thing right here, and it goes just on the end like that. Now there are two other gears inside of the gearbox. So you take your stand, turn it upside down or sideways in my case, and we're just going to pop those gears out. And I'm going to try to hold this camera and show you how to do this at the same time. What I'm going to do, kind of got my hands full now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to literally take my flathead screwdriver and just pop it out like this. Hopefully y'all can see that. That motion right there. And there's 2 of them, so I'm going to do both sides like that. So it's been so long since I've done this, I actually had to shimmy that gear from both sides. And I'll try and show you what I'm talking about. Hopefully y'all can see that. But take your screwdriver, your flathead screwdriver, and kind of pop it out of this hole right here. You can see that the end of it fits perfectly in that hole. Pop it out like that, and then come underneath it, and it'll pop right out. So hopefully y'all can see that on the video. I'm not sure. To put these gears back in the sides, our new gears, you're just going to kind of slide them in there. Easy as pie. It just pops right in. And then now it's pretty straightforward. We're just going to put everything back the exact opposite the way that I've showed you on this video. And if you're mechanically inclined at all, and I am not mechanically inclined at all, it should be fairly easy to get everything back together. You're just going to go in reverse. But once again, I just want to emphasize that if you're using your stand correctly, there's no reason that you'll ever have to do this. Once again, important, whichever section that you guys are wanting to level, you can't have any weight on that section. Simple as that. If you're leveling the bottom, you can roll your foot across the footwheel crank if you want to. If you're using the hand crank, it's very important your feet are not on the bottom section. So just take your feet completely off the platform and put them in front. Make sure you don't have any weight on that section. But you know, this is going to be for somebody who has maybe, in my case, shown a bunch of people how to use these stands, and over time, inexperienced climbers have stripped the gears out. But if you are using the stand correctly, you won't ever have to go through this. But you know what? Thank you so much for your business. We're so grateful. You know, you guys have been so loyal to us over the years, and we're very, very grateful for your kindness and your business, and most of all, your trust. These are the best and safest stands on the market. I believe that with all my heart. And I think if you buy one, you're going to believe that too. Thank you so much, and God bless y'all. And if you have any questions, then feel free to let me know.